these on and start piecing these blocks that I need to do. I have an appointment at 1:30, so it's going to be a short live. I need to change my needle, but I cannot find my screwdriver. I think it's in my sewing case from retreat still. But I need to change my needle really bad. We're just going to chain piece these. Whee! I would get it, I would try and find it, but I can't reach underneath my table. I need to change my needle and clean my machine probably. Hello! Yes, I feel very rested. I think I just messed up this block though. Hold on. I was having too much fun. Okay, no, that's right. That's how it's supposed to be. Sometimes when you're chain piecing, things get like flipped around. If you're not careful, you have to do a lot of seam ripping. Yeah, I got caught up on some sleep. I've got a lot to do though. So I figured I don't really have a long time to be on. I have an appointment to go to shortly. So I thought I would just do some piecing. I already had these blocks laid out. I have a few quilts that I need to load on the long arm. I've got a lot to do. But the weekend's almost here. Oh, yikes.
Dad said that Belvitas, the blueberry or the brown sugar ones, are $2 off.
Oh.
Do you want either of them? Not the chocolate ones, though.
We can just do the brown sugar. That's the kind that they like now anyway, I guess.
Okay.
Can you... I don't know where my screwdriver went. My little tiny screwdriver to change my needle. I guess I can use my long arm screwdriver. Never mind. It's okay. I'll use that.
You need a short one or a skinny one?
I just need a small one. And I think my black one in there might work. I can't find the one that came with my machine. I'll probably have to order some, like what we got for your mom for Christmas.
We I had that, we had that, whatever, the screwdriver set that we got for Christmas years ago.
Uh-huh.
They've got the little ones in there, too.
I need to change my needle. Huh?
Is it the flathead or the Phillips?
It's just a line.
It's a flathead.
Get a new needle in here. And get going. Hello, Amy. Hello, Shirley. I'm doing some quick piecing before an appointment. Then I'm going to have a long arming party. Austin and I We're going to do it last night, but I got home from work pretty late. But we're going to do a long-arming, thank you, a long-arming laundry quilting party in the basement, where we bust out some laundry while long-arming and quilting and watching a show. Doesn't that sound fun? So I think we're going to do that tonight or tomorrow night. Honestly, we have a lot of quilting and we have a lot of laundry to do, so it might be a 2-night thing. Alright, I'm going to get this block done and then I'll change my needle. Hi, Janine. I'm doing okay. I have an eye appointment coming up that I didn't originally have it for today, but I had to reschedule because they called me and they were like, confirm your appointment for next Wednesday. And I was like, I think it was in a few Wednesdays. I was like, I can't do a Wednesday because that's the day Austin's in the office for work. So it got rescheduled to tomorrow or today. It was rescheduled yesterday for tomorrow, which is today. So, there's our little block. Need to make 17 more of these bad guys. I'm pretty happy with that. That's so cute. Okay. I'm going to make all of these first. So, gotta lay them out. Beep. Beep. I think this is going to be an adorable quilt. I'm really excited. It's a test quilt. And she did a good job putting together a cute little pattern. And I'm kind of obsessed with this fabric, so that makes it even more fun. Alrighty, put that over there. Let's change our needle before I get too far ahead. Because I've needed to change this needle like yesterday. More like last year. It's bad. Oh my god. I like this chair, but it's so freaking hard to roll around in there. It looks like my braid is coming out on this side. Yikes. We might have to redo that. Like,
$1 off sour cream. We just got a new one.
nah, we haven't been going through it really as much. We should make a chicken noodle casserole though. I think goldfish, that might be something that we get there because it's cheaper if they can pick it up. Is that a test pattern? Oh, hi Annie. Hi Liz. A test quilt is when the pattern writers send out their quilts to people before they release the pattern for them to piece it and make sure there's no like errors in their pattern so they can correct them and make sure that the pattern is perfect before releasing it for everybody else.
We can get one of those chair mats.
Yeah.
You would be able to slide around on it.
It gets like stuck on my cords and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just doesn't go.
It would work well too, and then you could, like if there's strings or whatever, thread, be easier to see.
Yeah.
We can, I'll take that over here.
Hi, Annie. Annie Crouch is on here.
Who?
Annie.
Oh, yeah?
Austin's saying hi. He's coming up. He never wants to say hi.
Yeah, I'll come.
Hi, Annie.
I'll take the hood off. Shalom. Oh, wow.
How are you doing?
That's style.
It's been so long. Annie and I went to school together since elementary school. She says hi. We just got the kids down for a nappy nap. So I am going to try and speed piece some blocks here. How are you doing? Where are you living now? Where are you? What are you doing? What's new? Does the pattern designer provide the fabric? So no, in this case, she did not provide fabric. And in most cases, like this is actually a pretty big debate almost in the quilting community. And I'm kind of split on it. I feel like really big companies that are just like throwing patterns out and making profit and doing well for themselves, I feel like they can afford to compensate their testers in materials or financially, like whatever that may look like. But most pattern writers, they don't really make a lot of money. And so to be able to send their patterns out to make sure that they're correct from testers and then having to compensate all of them would just be not, it wouldn't be something that most people could do. So I feel like, I don't know, so there's a lot. There's some pattern tester or pattern writers who will compensate in money. There are some that will send materials, and there are a lot now that I've seen recently. They'll say, test my quilt and I will long arm it for you, or you'll get like a discount off quilting or something like that to help like say thank you for it. Pretty much every single pattern writer will pretty much advertise your quilt top and say thank you. So it's like a way of getting your name out. So a lot of people like it for that. But yeah, it's a huge thing that, you know, has caused a huge debate in the quilting community that I've seen on Instagram, and some people get really riled up. But I think with most things in life, you kind of have to look at both sides and be like, okay, Fat Quarter Shop or Missouri Star Quilt Company or, you know, some of the bigger names in quilting, sure, they can afford to pay people to test their patterns, of course. Like, that should almost be expected. But people who are just starting out and maybe have, like, a couple patterns and, you know, they're just doing it for fun and they're not really making a lot of money, should they be expected to pretty much pay what they're probably going to earn to testers? I don't know. I don't think that's fair. So, it's a huge thing. I don't mind it. I have a ton of material, as us quilters tend to do. We collect fabric, so sometimes I'm lucky enough when I get a test that comes my way that like I'm inspired by and I can use something that I already have. But like in this case, I kind of wanted to get new fabric. So I bought my fabric at Casey Maker Studio, and I was just wanting to make it in this really cute firefly fabric for Archie, because I was like, well, I'm not going to have time to make Archie a quilt before he's here, and I have to do this test, so I'll just knock it out, and it'll be for Archie. So I picked out these really cute fabrics that I thought would be cute for a baby quilt. But yeah, it's kind of a mixed thing. I know Tara Lee Quiltery, I did the flicker pattern. I didn't test that. I did it out in Texas when I went and visited my friend Heather. and we both made it. I know that her testers, she does send material to, and I think she also compensates them in money. Like, so that's pretty cool. I'm doing really good. I love this live. I'm gonna watch them more. I'm an independence. And how did you start this hobby? I need a hobby. So I started this because Austin got me a sewing machine for Christmas one year, because I was constantly complaining that all of the quilts that my grandmother made me growing up were getting holes in them because I was using them too much. And he surprised me for Christmas and got me a sewing machine, and I didn't see it coming at all. Like, sometimes I kind of know like what he's gonna get me. Like, this was a complete surprise. And it was kind of like when Zoe was still a baby, and I struggled a lot after having Zoe with like postpartum anxiety and like depression. And so I don't know, I think it happened at like the perfect time. I just started, and I watched a ton of videos online. Austin's mom helped me because she was a quilter, is a quilter. She did a ton of quilts for like teachers and stuff, and memory quilts, and so she helped me with my first quilt, and then I just kind of never stopped, and it just has grown and grown and grown, and yeah, I'm just having fun with it. Now it's a business. It started as a hobby, started as something I was just going to make quilts for my kids and for my kids' friends. And then someone messaged me and was like, hey, how much would it be for you to make me this? And I was like, I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, they might look good on these pictures, but those first quilts were just rough. So I was like, how can I charge someone for this? I'm not even that good. But yeah, I just kind of kept going and going. And that person that kind of prompted this whole thing to kind of go into like more of a business route, she has gotten like 13 quilts from me. So she has just gotten a quilt for everyone in her family, and it's been really fun. So I do quilts for, I do custom quilts, so people can like tell me, oh, I want this quilt for my brother, and I'll just make the quilt start to finish. And then now that we have a long arm, I also quilt people's quilts. So I have some quilts in here that I just got in the mail from my friend Amy, and she makes beautiful quilts, and she pieces them. I know this is kind of confusing for non-quilters because they're called quilts, and then we're talking about quilting. So when we're talking about quilting, it's kind of confusing. So she pieces them, and then I will quilt them. So I put the stitch design on them. So this is a quilt, okay? This is pieced together, and then the quilting are those lines that you see. That is what the verb, or one of the verbs, quilting would be, is when you're actually stitching the 3 layers together. And so, yeah, it's kind of fun. I hope that makes sense, Annie. But it's been really fun. I have to send you a Bible verse who talks about godly women and includes a woman who sews. I love you. This is so much. That would be awesome. Yeah, it's so much fun. Oh, I love it. Before this, like, I would try things. I taught myself how to knit. I taught myself how to crochet, and I really do love crochet and amigurumi. I just don't have time to do it anymore between, like, the kids and quilting, because quilting takes a lot of time. But I never really, like, latched on to anything else. And of course, they should all recognize the creator of the quilt. In my case, I embroidered the cat on the back of my jacket, which was posted, but I was not. I was honestly perturbed when I saw that, Amy. I was very upset. That is literally the most basic thing you could do, like the most basic thing you could do is just put creator Amy Chapman. Like, how hard is that to give credit to artists? It shouldn't be that hard. That embroidery piece took you how long? And it would take them how long to just put your name on there? Like, yeah, that's ridiculous. I would be upset. Hello, Dorlin from Colorado Springs. That's a fun area. When my parents, they love going out to Colorado. We've done a few family trips out there, and we always go to Manitou Springs, so not too far from where you are. While on vacation in Tennessee, my daughter bought her first quilt pattern. Woohoo! I'm teaching her how to make a quilt. That's awesome. That's going to be so fun. It's a really fun bonding thing, too. Like, me and my mother-in-law, we'll work on stuff together now, and I've been able to teach her things that she didn't really know, because she did, like, a ton of hand sewing. I don't do hand sewing. And so I've been able to help her with stuff that, like, focuses on the machine and, like, stuff like that. And foundation paper piecing, I taught her how to do that, and she really likes that. And we started going to an English paper piecing group out in Liberty with Angela Walters together, and that was fun. We haven't gone in a long time, but she really wanted to learn. I'm not a hand sewer, so I was like, I don't know if I want to go, but it was actually really fun. We got to hang out with Angela Walters herself. And so, and Irene was there. Irene is just a hoot. When it doesn't match up, you just stretch it out, right? Woo! Thank you. Oh, Liz, that's awesome. What a treat. Took me about 20 hours to stitch it out. 20 hours! And they couldn't just say, pieced by Amy Chapman. That is like stealing work, pretty much. That is just, I mean, did we not learn about plagiarism in school? You just put credit. That's it. That's ridiculous. Lesson learned now. Maybe you need to find a new quilt shop. You should come up to Kansas City and come to Casey Maker Studio. You should do it. Which, speaking of, they have my flicker quilt in the window. I dropped it off because they got the flicker pattern, and I told Patty, I was like, do you want my flicker quilt? It just hangs on a blanket ladder right now. And she was like, yeah, sure. And so it took me weeks and weeks and weeks to, like, finally bring it, because I kept forgetting. I dropped it off, and it's hanging up in the window now, so that's kind of fun. I give my credit to Heather there, because when we went out to Texas, we went to her quilt shop, and I'm not even kidding you, Heather has stocked that quilt shop full of her quilts, and they're all hanging up. It's like a little Heather museum, and it's so cool, and I had never even thought of that, like having samples hanging up in a quilt shop. I just thought that was so cool, and so, yeah, it's pretty, I love that Patty is so cool and lets me hang up stuff up there. I would love to meet Angela Walters. Blush, thank you. She is so nice. She's just like a normal person. She's so humble and sweet and funny. She's really witty. I really like Irene too. She helps Angela a lot with quilting and piecing and stuff like that, and she's such a sweetheart. My husband actually works with Irene's husband in the same company. I think her husband's like in tech and my husband's an accountant, but he got so excited one day. They were in a meeting and they were talking about, oh yeah, my wife's a quilter, and the other guy was like, oh, my wife's a quilter, and then it was like, yeah, she works with Angela Walters, and Austin was like so excited because first they were like, yeah, my wife works with the Midnight Quilter, and Austin was like, Angela Walters, and he came out of that meeting, he was like, Beth, guess what, and I was like, what? He was like, so someone I work with, his wife works with Angela Walters. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool. I was so proud of him for knowing who the Midnight Quilter was. I was like, yeah, gotta go. It was nice to see you a bit. Bye, Janine. Have a good day. I have not been able to do a lot of piecing lately. So this is nice. I'm excited to get Amy's quilts loaded. She's probably like, why is the quilts not loaded yet? I'm just kidding. She's so patient with me. But she's probably like so excited. I would be excited. A cardinal pantograph on a Christmas morning quilt that is pieced as beautifully as she's done. I would be so excited. But honestly, I am scared to long arm live. Like, I'm scared to long arm clients' quilts live because I feel like it's like a curse. Like, if I go live quilting your quilt, Amy, I'm going to have all the problems. But if I just do it by myself, not on a live, it'll be perfect. I feel like that's like, it's an omen to go live. It like jinxes it. Like, my machine is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine. I have no issues quilting. But as soon as I go live, especially quilting your quilt, you're going to watch me like struggle or do something silly. I focus a lot better on the long arm when I'm not live because I'm like not chatting as much. I literally get in the zone and I just do it. But I'm excited for our laundry long arm party. Maybe I'll go in the Zoom chat. Maybe I won't go live, but I'll go on the Zoom. And it'll be all gravy. These are some small little blocks. I know now I have to make 18 of them. I could just chain piece all of them, but I like to go one at a time. So Amy, there's guild tonight. And the guild meeting is right by the good Taco Bell. Austin just laughed at me. Hello, Kelly. Just cover the machine's eyes so it doesn't know you're live. It gets so shy, I'm telling you. It like knows as soon as I go live. It's like, oh, we need to break a thread now. Let's do it. Let's break a thread. It'll be fine. I just joke. I joke. I keep hearing buzzing. Have you tried ballpoint needles on the long arm yet? Kelly Klein does, but I haven't tried it yet. I tried ballpoint needles on the long arm for memory quilts because they have a sharper tip or whatever, and it's supposedly supposed to work well with knit fabrics or woven, or it's supposed to be good with t-shirts and stuff. So that's what I've used the ballpoint for. Every machine's different though, and I've learned that my machine just really, really appreciates the high-speed handy quilter needles. If I do any other needle, I tend to have a lot more breakage, and so I'm fine. I will just buy the high-speed needles. Like, when you learn what your machine likes, you do what your machine likes. You don't question it. You just do it. It's just not worth it. Not worth trying to persuade it differently. But it, for some reason, just loves the high-speed ones. I have a lot less problems with those. And I think they're the same price, so it's like not a big deal. I don't know what makes them high speed. I don't even quilt at a high speed. I run mine at like 40 to 50, and I know some people run theirs at like 80 or something crazy. So it's not that I even quilt at a high speed. So I don't understand it. I don't know. It's a silly thing. But my quilt shop just started a long arming club for handy quilters, and it was really fun, and it's kind of eye-opening to hear other people talk about their long arming and their machines. A lot of people have issues with glide thread, and I use glide thread exclusively, and I don't have any problems with it. So it's just like a good reminder that every machine's different. Everybody has their own like quirks with their machine and stuff. Someone in the class, she's had her long arm for 6 years. No, 2 years. 2 years. She's had her machine for 2 years, and she's done 6 quilts on there. And it sits in her living room, and she told me, she was like, if I don't use this machine in the next 90 days, I'm selling it. And she works for Missouri Star Quilt Company in the long arming department, like long arming managing or whatever. So she's really familiar with like Gamels and other brands, but she's just having problems with the like program of handy, like the Pro Stitcher. And so now it's my mission. I'm on a mission because the person next to me heard her say that later on in the meeting and was like, oh, are you interested in selling it? And I was like, no. Because I already had a conversation with her at the beginning of the meeting after she told me her whole long arming thing. And I said, you are not selling this machine. I will not let you sell this machine. You can have my number. You can call me. You can video call me. I will come to your house. I will help you learn Pro Stitcher and help you quilt your quilts so that you don't sell this. Because she was like, I have 84 quilt tops waiting to be quilted. And I was like, oh, what? 84? And you're thinking about selling your machine? Oh my gosh. So, yeah, my mission is to get on the winning side of the person that sits next to me because she's thinking she's going to luck out and buy a machine. This is not happening. She will learn it, she will love it, and she will keep her machine. It's just like Apple and Android, okay? If she knows one long arming software, she can learn the other. She has it all in there. It's just displayed differently. So that's my mission. Oh yay, Taco Bell! Just got done eating some white beach chicken chili I made, and yes, added Taco Bell sauce. Yum! I did not eat lunch yet. I watched them eat, but I don't. It's either nothing sounds good or something that is just like ridiculous to get a hold of sounds good or is like very inconvenient. So yeah, the club is really awesome, and it's okay, it's at 1:30, so I've got about 30 or 40 minutes before I have to go. I did not fill out my medical thing. I should probably do that. What was I saying? Yeah, and the group meets the first Saturday of every month, and every other month there's going to be a handy quilter instructor that will Zoom with us and teach us stuff. The first meeting that we just did was like more like a meet and greet, and we all kind of like told Patty what we wanted to learn or what questions we had that we wanted answered during this club. Oh, sorry, I'm struggling. But yeah, I mean, $10 to go. But if you've purchased a long arm from Casey Makers, it's free. Oh! And I mean, it's pretty surprising. There was a lot of people there that didn't buy their machine from that store. I mean, for $10, like, I would join the group if I didn't buy it from there. But they bought their machine somewhere else before Patty's shop was open. And the person that is knowledgeable on all of the things long arming had passed away. So they literally had nobody to teach them or to get help with or anything like that. And so it's a good group. They can learn and we can all learn and get better in our long arming. We all have stuff we can get better at. Yes, Beth. Help that lady. I know. 84 quilt tops, Amy. 84. And someone asked her, they were like, well, you couldn't, like, could you afford to send 84 quilt tops out? And she was like, yes. So she's not worried about it. I'm very worried about it for her. So we're going to help her out, and she's going to love her machine sooner or later. I gave her my number. And my friend Angie, who works at the quilt shop, she's much better at long arming than I am. Like, she knows more. She's been to, like, trainings because the shop has sent her out to handy quilter trainings. I wish I could have gone. That would have been awesome. But she is very knowledgeable on the software, which is where she's having a lot of problems. So we are going to help her. She will not be selling her machine on our watch. I will keep you all updated on how that's going. Baby's due on March 6th, but we're having him February 28th. So next month. I just moved in my new town as 2 places to learn and practice long arming. And once you know how, you can rent by hour to long arm your quilts. Yes, that's really cool. I've also heard people say that their libraries, like some libraries, let you rent time. Like, I wish my library had a long arm. That's cool. The quilt shop just started, the one that I go to and that I'm talking about, they started that as well recently. You can go to this class and get like a certification. So it's like a long arming certification course. Then once you have that certificate, then you are able to rent time on their long arms. So that's really cool. That there's an opportunity for people to like play around, especially if you're like thinking about it. It's a great thing to like get your toes in the water before you jump in and see if it's something that you would enjoy or like would be able to get the hang of. Oh, enjoy your vet visit. Hopefully no shots. They don't allow you to use the computer system. I wonder if that's because of the pantographs. Like, maybe since you didn't buy them, like maybe if you brought your own hard drive or something with ones that you've purchased, they would. Amy, I just heard about it, so have much to learn. It's a lot of fun. I just don't have the energy to do free motion pantos, so I sent them to Beth. I have sit-down long arm at home, but I really want a frame for it. Don't get a frame. Keep sending me your quilts. No, did you see the Amara ST, Amy? That's probably close to what you have if it's a stationary like sit down, but it's an Amara on a table. I've been using Kimberbell's blue tiles to quilt. What are those? Can you lay out your blocks that you're working on so we can see what it looks like? This is what they end up being. They are a test pattern, so I can't give out any like measurements or anything, but that is what they look like. And they're all sewn together. This is only half of the quilt though, so 18 of them are going to look like this, and then 18 of them are going to be a different design, but I'm doing these first because I have to make a lot of these snowballed corners blocks, and so I didn't want to have to like pick through my fabric and count it out and separate it, so I'm going to go through this other block, and then whatever's left over once I get through these will be for the other blocks, if that makes sense. I just didn't want to deal with it. I think I'm going to talk to the quilt shop owner about it. I have Bernina on a, ooh, yeah, that'd be awesome. You do quilt on an embroidery machine. Yeah, you can, Amy. You can use your embroidery machine, and I mean, it kind of looks like a pain in the butt because you have to like reposition all the time. But before we got the long arm, I was looking at all the ways you could get a design on a quilt without having to buy a long arm. And I was watching people quilt their quilts with embroidery machines, which was really cool. And at the meeting, I learned that if you have embroidery files, you can convert them into like quilting files so that you can quilt them on your quilts. So I know you probably have a ton of embroidery files that you'd be able to use on your quilts. I can put it on a frame, just have to save funds. I want the table in the event I have standing problems later on. I figure I can use the lift table for cutting and such once I have a frame. Zoe is not napping. She thinks she's so secretive, but she's not. So I hope you can kind of see what I'm doing. I need to fill out my forms before this appointment. And I feel like one of my braids is popping out, so we're gonna have to fix that. Buddy, will you stop it? Will you stop it? Stop. Just licking yourself over and over. Just chill. Drives me crazy, this dog. Nesting my seams. Bumpa da bum. Alrighty. So I thought retreat was this week. It's next week. So that makes me feel a lot better because I was like, oh, I got Amy's quilts in. I need to get them done before I leave on Friday. I have plenty of time. I'm hoping to get a ton of work done this weekend. I have like the most energy during the day nowadays. As the day drags on, I get tired. I get physically tired first, and then I like lay down or sit down and I just like cannot be bothered to get back up. So I'm hoping to get a ton of stuff done this weekend. And I'm really excited because I think I can get this quilt top finished while the quilts are being long-armed. What else? Okay, I should probably do this real quick. Alrighty. I should probably fill out my... Oh! I thought they sent me a form to fill out, but I don't see it anymore. I probably deleted it. I went through my whole email this morning. I went through both my emails and just deleted all of the spam and promotional stuff and social stuff. Why are there so many folders in an email that get so full? Hi, Day. How are you? I am quilting. Well, I'm piecing real quick before I have to go to an appointment. The kids were taking forever to go down for a nap, and I was like, I'm not going to have any time to do this. Yay! Let's see, how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hello, Terry! How are you? My eye doctor is only 5 minutes away, so he's right around the corner. So I can stay on for longer if it was a different appointment. My OB is like 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away. But the dentist and the eye doctor are so close. They're in like the neighborhood we live in almost. So that gives me plenty of time. Boop, boop, doo, doo. I'm good. You have an appointment today? Oh, eye doctor. I just got new glasses myself. That is awesome. I have a pair of glasses that I got. Austin makes fun of me because he's like, why'd you even get them? They're ridiculous. But I have astigmatism, and so when I drive at night, the lights look like little fireballs, and especially if it's raining, I can't see jack. And then I start feeling like I'm gonna go into someone's lane and everything and kill people. So that's why I got glasses.
I feel like you give me a pretty bad name. I don't sound like that when I say it's
What?
Oh, why'd you get glasses?
He sounds. Did you hear that?
I don't
Pretty spot on with my impersonation, huh?
Cool, man.
I will be here all day if you guys want some more Austin impersonations. Let's see.
Hey, I want the royalties off of it.
I told him yesterday that he should stop drinking energy drinks. Guess who's drinking an energy drink?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. That's not good for you. Energy drinks and soda. Oh my god. Just drink water, dude. Water is literally all we need. Just some water, some milk, some lemonade here and there. He drinks way too much soda. Like, way too much soda. And energy drinks are the fast way to get a stomach ulcer. And I read yesterday that it accelerates balding in men. So, you're not going to have any hair if you keep it up.
Save money on haircuts.
You already saved money on haircuts. I cut your hair. Hi, Sean. Can't stay long. Ooh, lunch break. What are you having for lunch? My hubby has glasses just for driving. He can't see it all. See? Austin, it's a real thing.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
He just doesn't get it. He has terrible vision, so he wears contacts and glasses. I had a small nap for lunch. Yum. Hey, that sounds like my kind of lunch. I was just telling Amy there needs to be more naps, and Taco Bell had this year. That's our goal, is to increase the amount of naps we can have in Taco Bell. So it sounds like you're doing a good job. I don't pin my blocks. I'm sure if I did, I'd be more happy with the results. My points match up, but there's like some wavy waves happening here. Whoopsie doopsies. La 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 la. And I've left the selvage on some of these, just the way they were cut. They're like pretty much all in the seam allowance, but even if they weren't, I'm okay with it. That's another thing that Heather has rubbed off on me. She like will intentionally leave the selvages on and will piece them into her quilts, and it's so fun. Tara Lee does that as well. That's such a cool thing. Because I always say that I'm going to save my selvages and use them for something, and I never do. So you might as well just include them in your piecing. If they don't have like the hole, like the perforations in them. Boop. Boop. I need to fix this braid. It's this braid. It's like bubbling up over here. This right here. I don't like that. Let's fix it. It's going to drive me crazy if I don't. Oh gosh. I lost my strands. Whoop. That's not right. I don't know which where. We'll just go with it. Like this. Eucalyptus oil will clear your sinuses like nothing else. Ooh. Sounds nice. I want to take a nap, but sadly I'm stuck at work. No working from home luxury for me. Aw, man. Yeah, Austin works from home every day but Wednesdays. So we had our day yesterday. He actually came home early yesterday though, because Louise fell. She took a terrible, terrible fall. She was running and she tripped on nothing. There was literally nothing in her path, and she just fell straight into the couch. And the bottom of our couch is like wooden. On the like underneath the fabric, it's like very hard wood. And she smacked her face on there and was bleeding like crazy from her mouth. And so I called him in a tiff, and I was like, dude, I don't know if she like split her gum open or what, but he came home early. I know head wounds bleed a lot, and I know they bleed for a long time. And by, a couple minutes after, she was okay. But I was so scared because I was looking at her teeth, and I thought maybe that like her little like lip tie thing, maybe it had split open or something. I was freaking out. So, yeah, not a good day yesterday. And of course, in true toddler fashion, in no time she was up again, running around the house. And of course, in true parent fashion, after something like that, you're like, stop running, stop running. Oh, you're like so on the edge of your chair because you've just been traumatized. Seeing your kid get hurt. My God. It's not fun. I don't do well with blood or puke. That's pretty much where I go. Blood and puke are not my thing. I freak out. Austin's a lot calmer in those situations than I am.
I'm basically a superhero.
She really wanted mama, so she's kind of a mama's girl. I would say she's probably the first kiddo that is like a pretty even split of always wants mom or always wants dad. Zoe is a daddy's girl, 100%, and Addie is a mama's boy. And Louise is like, I want both of you at the same time. Drop what you're doing. Read me a book. Pick me up. Hang out with me. That's what she loves. Back to work. Nice chatting with my mates for a few. See you all soon. Have a good rest of your work day. They trip on their own feet. Oh my gosh. Don't they? I looked on the floor and I was like, what did you trip on? Nothing. There was nothing on the floor. She's okay. She has a fat lip today. She is eating and drinking fine. Like, it's not bothering her to do that, so that's good. We were worried she was going to be in some pain. And she probably is, but she can't tell us. But she's back to running around and having fun today. But yeah, yesterday was not good. Not good. I made the sushi rolls. Thanks for reminding me. I've pickled ginger. Ooh, sushi rolls. Now I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat lunch. And now I'm getting hungry. You guys are making me hungry. Let's set our seams real quick because I'm not liking how these are ironing out. Let's set that seam. I'm not a precise piecer, as you guys can see. But I've learned that it doesn't really matter. Once it gets all pieced together and you stand far enough back, every quilt looks perfect. Bing bing. These are so cute. They're like little bow ties. It's gonna be perfect for Archie. Bam. And of course, it has metallics. And this is all Ruby Star fabric. And I've said it a few times before, but Ruby Star fabric is so awesome. Not only are they just beautiful, but they are so stinking soft. They are so soft. So when you wash this the first time, it's going to feel like you've had this quilt for 5 years and you've cuddled with it every night. It's amazing. That strawberry quilt that I pieced, that was my first all Ruby Star quilt, and I'm obsessed with it. It's my favorite quilt to cuddle with because it is so soft. I need to wash it. Zoe, no ma'am. No ma'am. Austin.
What?
Do you know we have like these weird bugs in our house that drop blankets and hang blankets around stairways? It's almost
I don't know
like
if that's a bug.
I don't know who.
You saying it's a parasite?
I don't know. I think we might have to call the exterminator.
Come on, bud. Let's stick the heavy on.
Okay, Modernly Morgan came out with her pattern today, and it's amazing. I'm kind of bummed that I cut all of my fabric for another heart quilt because I really want to make her quilt now too, and I just won't have the time to. But it is so cute. Modeling Morgan makes the best patterns, and pretty much all of her patterns are fat quarter friendly. So if you have a fat quarter problem like I do, go check her out. Also, big announcement, I am an ambassador for Cotton Cuts for their mystery puzzle quilt. That's really exciting. I'm going to be doing the quilt in Sweet William colorway. And so if you want to join and you want to do the puzzle mystery quilt, this is the first time I've done it. And so I'm excited to kind of just jump in and see how it goes. And I would love to piece it with you guys. So if you have not ordered yours yet and you want to join in, use code BethVillage in all caps when you order, and you will get a special present in your package. And so will I. And we can do it together. I think it's going to be really fun. And I kind of love the colorway. When she messaged me and she was like, we only have these colorways available or left, because pretty much, you know, a lot of them are sold out. I was like, oh, okay. I found one that I loved. It's perfect. Oh, shoot, I forgot to try it again with the code. Oh, no. The code should be active now. I did not iron these the opposite way. Whoops. YOLO. We'll have bulky seams on this one. Yikes. Okay. It'll be okay. It'll quilt out. It'll quilt out. I did not nest these either. I'm okay with imperfection, okay? It's okay. Zoe's yelling something up there. Which colorway? I have the Sweet William one. I think it's really cute. The other one that was available was like really, really bright red, and if it would have been more patriotic, I probably would have gone for it, but it wasn't my jam. So I went with the Sweet William because it's all like soft and pretty colors. I ordered mine as soon as they went on sale. I'm doing Dahlia Tulip Pink. Ooh! That's awesome. That's going to be really pretty. Do you see the fun metallics in the white? Look how cute that is. Ah, it's so fun. We are just working away over here. Let's make sure I don't get to 103. My appointment's at 1:30 and I did not do my paperwork before like they asked, so I'm probably going to have to do it when I get there. I kind of want to have a snack before I go too, or I'm going to be hangry. I always have a snack so close. But now the problem is my water bottle is up on the couch. So I have to get up and go get my water bottle. I don't know if you heard that. Oh, awesome. Sewing and ironing example. Nice to see ya. Hello there, stumbled upon this live while on YouTube TV. Love seeing you chatting while sewing. I'm going to follow your block sewing ironing example. Oh, awesome. Nice to have you. I have not been live as normally or as usual as I used to. But I used to go live quite a bit. My 3-year-old is yelling up there. I don't know what she's yelling about, but she's... Do you hear what Zoe's saying? What is she saying?
What did she say?
I don't know.
What Addington always said.
Oh.
Give me a hug and a kiss.
I'm having a Cosmic Brownie. Oh, Casey Maker's just liked. Hello, Patty. I have an eye appointment in a little bit. So I was piecing these blocks. I got all this fabric at Casey Maker's studio, by the way. And if you like it, there's still some left. It's the Firefly Ruby Star fabric. And I'm eating a Cosmic Brownie. That is the lunch of champs right there. When was the last time you had a Cosmic Brownie? They're really good. Hello, Laura. So, here are my plans for the rest of the day. I have this appointment for my eyes. It's going to be a quick thing. But by the time I get home, all of the kids will be up, so I won't be able to sew. I was telling Austin we need to just get a sewing table up in the living room, and I would be able to get so much done. But, so I have that appointment. Then I'll come home, and then I'm going to go to the Kansas City Modern Quilt Guild meeting tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Casey Maker Studio is going to be vending there, and I'm going to help Patty with her booth. So I'm going to show up a little bit earlier to help her set up, and then do the meeting. And then after the meeting, come home, and Austin and I are going to have a long-arming laundry party where we hang out down here, and I do some long-arming, and I do some laundry, and some piecing. We're going to try and do all the things because we really need to do laundry. I'm finally getting the nesting bug. I went through our cabinets yesterday and went through all of our glassware and Tupperware and everything that we don't use, and it's just making that space absolutely insane. Got put in a trash bag and will be donated. And so the next thing on my list is I want to clean out our linen closet and go through everything that's in there. And if we don't use it, sayonara, goodbye, get out of here. We need the space for stuff that we actually use. And then after the linen closet, what are the other things that are on my mind? I want to mop. I want to wipe down all of our doors because we have white doors and 3 kids, so you can only imagine the snacks that make their way onto the doors. There's just smudges everywhere, so I want to wipe down the doors and our cabinets. Austin cleaned out the car the other day. That was on the list. But it's really just been like a juggling act of like, obviously we need to get the house ready for the baby to be here, but I'm kind of deciding where I spend my energy each day. So yesterday before naps, I cleaned the kitchen and organized and, did all that. And then nap time came around and I was planning on quilting, but that energy was used for cleaning. So it's just frustrating because I want to do all the things. I want to nest. I want to quilt. I want to sleep. I want to play with the kids and have energy all the time. But nesting is fully kicking in, and I have like so much that is on my mind that we need to do. It doesn't feel real. And Austin's probably getting annoyed with me. But honestly, I feel like I'm better this time around because I'm so invested in quilting. Like, I was still quilting when I was pregnant with Louise. I was quilting like all the way to the end. I was still doing orders and everything. But I was not as busy, so I was like annoying the heck out of him with like, okay, this week's project is this. We're doing this week. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And I just haven't had the time or energy to do that this time around. So I'm not like as naggy, but I'm starting to feel the pressure of like, we have like 40 something days. Let's get to work. Let's get going. Stressful. But it'll all be okay. Also, I'm wearing my new Cool People Quilt shirt. Archie's actually moving around right now, but look at that Billy. Billy! He is getting big. Whenever I sit down, he goes crazy. He doesn't like it when I sit. Or if I half sit, half lay, he's like, there's not enough room in here. I will do gymnastics in your belly until you move. I really need to do laundry. My basket is overflowing. We have several baskets overflowing. Our problem too is like we'll do the laundry, but then and then we'll fold it and then we won't put it away. It'll just sit in the basket. So then we can't use those baskets for the other clothes, and it's not good. It snow piles so fast. Snowballs. Love that shirt. Thank you. Oh, from Wales. That's awesome. I have one husband and have the same problem with food finding its way onto doors. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Honestly, who thought that white doors and white railings and white baseboards were a good idea in homes? Like, kids are not. We are a messy species. We are constantly doing something that's a mess. So, yeah. We need to wipe down some stuff. We also need to wipe down Zoe's stuff in her room. Alright, let's make sure we're doing good on time. It's 1:12. I'm going to probably finish this block. I had 4 littles a long time ago. Hardly ever were they sick, surprised by their unique accidents. Take deep breaths when you see their blood. What number child are you expecting? Oh my gosh. The accidents we have been very lucky. They've gotten sick recently a lot, and I think that's just because of the past couple years. Everyone's immunities are so down, so that is to be expected, but we've been really lucky in the blood section of things. My son is 5 years old. He just recently turned 5 years old in December, and I have a 3-year-old daughter, and she's actually, knock on wood, she's been the only one that hasn't had a blood incident. And then we have Louise, who's a year old, and so this will be our 4th. We'll have 2 boys and 2 girls. And I just, puking and blood, I just can't do it. One, the puke smell. It's the smell of the puke for me. Can't do it. I can do like pretty much any other body fluid besides puke and blood. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out when I see blood. That's not the case. Like, I can see blood and not feel like I'm gonna, pass out or throw up. It's that I freak out when I see blood because it's like, my babies, my babies, my babies. And I go into this spiral of like, oh my God, my kid's gonna die or something like crazy. I think every mom's like that though. You don't ever want to see your kid like bleeding profusely. It just freaks me out. Austin is so much better with it. He's calm and collected. I try so hard to be because I don't want to freak them out more. Because obviously they're freaking out the most. They're the ones bleeding. And then they see mama like, oh my God, freaking out. So yeah, I should do better. I can try to do better. They could also try to do better not to trip and fall into things and give mommy a heart attack. But it just breaks my heart seeing them bleeding. It's the saddest thing. Addington, he's the only other one that's... I messed up. No! Okay, we must fix this. I have time to seam rip this. Austin, or Addington, I always call my husband my son's name, and vice versa. But anyway, my son has had one urgent care visit, and he was sitting on my dad's lap, and he reached over unexpectedly to grab a remote off of like a kid's table. They have like a little kid table, and it's wooden, and we had that downstairs because that's where we would put their books, and it was kind of like a fun little spot for them to play and sit down and have a little area to themselves, and it was in between two coffee chairs. So he reached down and over to grab the remote off of that table and just flew forward. My dad didn't expect him to dive. He was also distracted a little bit. Not his fault though at all. But anyway, Addington dove straight into the corner of that wooden table. And I was sitting on the couch across the room, and I looked over, and in that second, you can see it about to happen. You can see it, and like you're processing it already. You're like, this is going to be bad. There's nothing I can do in this instant to stop it. It's going to be bad, though. And my son, hit the table and then was on the floor for a little bit, and my dad, picked him up and flipped him over, and there was just blood all over his face, and I was freaking out. Austin was, watering the garden in the front yard, and the door was open, and I was like, Austin, get in here! And he came running in, and it was a whole thing, and I'm freaking out, and Austin's like, calm down, it's okay, it's okay. And of course this happens on a day where our car was in the shop because we were getting an oil change, and that car has all of our car seats, so we had no way of getting him to medical help. We ended up calling our in-laws. We didn't have a way of getting him there, but we're very lucky to live by family. My parents live a mile away. Austin's parents live a mile away. And his dad was here within 5 minutes, and they took him to the ER. But that was the first time, and we had gone 4 whole years without any major incident, and our streak was broken, and he was just, oh my gosh, I was not prepared to look at him and just see blood everywhere, and my dad felt so bad. He was ghost white, felt so guilty, and I was like, it's not your fault, it could have happened with any of us. But yeah, so that's our first and only situation where we've had something like that happen, where I've had to not freak out, but I did freak out a little bit. And then recently we had to take Louise to the ER because her fever was like at 104 degrees and medicine was not helping it. And Austin like came down with her and was like, she's acting lethargic and having like troubles breathing. And I was like, okay, she's got to go. Gotta go. And we were freaking out. We got in a fight because I was trying to get pants on her. We live in Kansas. It's so cold. Ta-da, we fixed it. It's so cold. And I'm trying to get pants on her. And she's freaking out, and Austin's freaking out, and I'm freaking out, and her pants were not coming on, and so Austin and I snipped at each other. I was on the phone with his mom, and I yelled at him, and he left, and then, like, when he got there, he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. We both handled that so bad. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't a good time. But, it's hard staying calm when your kids are facing an emergency, and you're scared for them. It's just not a good time. It's terrible to see your child get hurt. They just do those, I know, it's just terrible. I feel like the whole world is having babies. For years, there were no babies in my circle, and now I have 8 baby quilts to finish by May. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I bet that does feel like there's so many babies. Okay, I have 10 minutes to get to my appointment, so I have to go now. I feel good. We made several blocks. But I gotta get going. And hopefully I'll be able to come on live again soon. Sorry. I don't know why I took a bite of that while I'm saying goodbye, but it's so good. But hopefully I can come on live maybe tonight while Austin and I are doing our laundry party, and he can like be on the live too. But the long arm will be going, so it'll be very loud. So I understand if you don't want to join in. Maybe I'll come sit and do some more piecing and chatting and stuff, but we'll see, okay? No promises. We'll see where my energy's at. But thanks for coming in. We had some newcomers come in. That was awesome. I'm so glad to meet you, and hopefully you can find your way back here and join our next live. And Amy, I love you. Okay, I'm going to say bye-bye. I have to go. I gotta go. Bye.